let's move on to our next topic. And this topic is kind of personal to me. I need to get Najee's take on this to start this out. Najee, help me understand why Mark Jackson is not an NBA head coach right now. You think he was a blackball?
Yeah, I've said that plenty of times. I think he's completely blackballed. But how can you be part of a situation like with the Warriors, the upbringing they did, and you mean to tell me nobody sees that type of promising future in him? Nobody? I'm talking about garbage teams that's in development and they didn't go over that net hump or anything. You mean to tell me young players or experienced players or players that just probably need the proper coaching? Because you got teams that got great players. It's just they just don't have the right system in order for them to be successful. You mean nobody? 30 teams in the league and nobody. You got people that was never a coach in a life, like JJ Redick. Got them on one of the best franchises in sports alone. Mm-hmm. You mean tell me Mark Jackson can't get a job? Especially in the NBA, especially like coaches like Doc Rivers. I mean, I don't want to call these guys recyclables, but I mean, a lot of those coaches, they lose one job and then they go right to the next. And I think personally, if you ask me, no slight on Brown, who just got hired for the Knicks, Mike Brown. I don't see how, and that's why I told you, James Dolan, that dude ain't right, man. Because I'm gonna just say, how do you justify hiring Mike Brown over Mark Jackson? Mark Jackson's a New York City. He grew up in New York City. He played at St. John's. So that just tells me a lot. Once I keep reinforcing it, he wasn't interested, obviously, in hiring Mark Jackson because he would have done it. Isaiah, what do you think about that?
No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Absolutely no doubt about it. When I see a guy sitting around like that with this enormous talent, I wonder what the hell did he do to get blackballed like that? Where unless he's turning down stuff, DC, he might be turning down.
I haven't heard in the media any late news that he's turned down anything. It looks as though he seems like he is interested in being a head coach again in the NBA. So it doesn't seem like he's turning very much down, in my opinion.
I'm puzzled about that because not only his name is not surrounding an NBA job, there's been some elite college openings available too, man. I mean,
and his name has not surfaced, right?
Not surfaced. Now, I don't know if the bag was right, because when it came to the Florida State job, some people didn't take that job because the bag wasn't right. So the guys walked away from it. But I've never heard Mark Jackson names start to soar around any high-powered jobs. And man, the guy clearly set up a dynasty for Steve Kerr on that West Coast, man. He set them up for a dynasty.
He set that franchise in motion for Steve Kerr to just come in and tweak a few things and boom. That's why they're where they are now. It's because of Mark Jackson, in my opinion.
Listen, he did it. Steve Kerr just came over there and didn't mess it up. But Mark Jackson's the one set it up. So exactly. I don't understand why the man don't have a job, bro. It's just really, really mind-boggling to me because I'm intrigued to find out what did he do to find himself in a position like this, man. I see guys go over and over and over, like Fizdale, who played. I mean, he was the coach here during the Miami Heat, run.
Hey, Fizdale, he coached at Memphis as well.
He was with the Knicks too, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he was with the Knicks as well.
But my point
fiery coach, hard-nosed coach, really good coach.
Yeah, DC, my point is, even Fizdale keep a job. He might not have no head coaching job, but he has a job, and he bounced around from a couple places to be a head coach. But here it is, Mark Jackson don't even have a job, man. And I don't know whether he would take a back seat to be a assistant coach. But I haven't heard his name surfacing around even a assistant coach job. Not even that. Look at Sam Cassell. Sam Cassell keep a job, man.
That's another good point. That's another good point, and I'm so happy you brought that up. Man. Sam Cassell has been passed over so many times. It's shameful. Shame on the NBA. Shame on the NBA owners, because Sam Cassell should have been given an opportunity to head coach somewhere. I don't know where, but he should have been given that opportunity. He's been around for a long time as an assistant NBA coach, you know? And I don't understand the logic behind. I might have some type of clue to think that some owners, they just want yes sir men. They just want somebody to come in and say, yeah, I'll do it this way, and whatever the owner dictates, that's kind of what the coach does. They don't want someone who would come in independent, and self-driven to be able to build a franchise up, through their whole way of doing it, instead of, having an owner sticking his nose in it. What would you say about that, Najee?
No, I agree. Because it's a lot of these people like yes man. I mean, yes man and yes ma'am and all that stuff, because that's probably why Mike Malone and the boys got fired just not too long ago, is because they own man. They're not gonna just bow down to anybody. They're gonna stick firm to what they believe and say.
Right. Well, it looks like personality clashes from what I'm picking up here. It says it could have been a combination of factors why he left Golden State was due to personality clashes. And that's perception. Now, I mean, that's how other people might look at it. I don't look at it that way, because a person doing his job and wanting to do it a way that they feel like will be successful, I mean, how could you perceive that as a personality clash with players or whatever, or other coaches, assistant coaches, So I think Mark Jackson deserves an opportunity to coach in the NBA again. Looks like he was, according to this information, he was 120. Let's see what his record was, because I had his record pulled up here, and I don't understand why they just having these type of issues with bringing Mark Jackson in and having him take over a franchise, because, it's just, to me, it doesn't look right. It doesn't pass the smell test to me, And I'm gonna keep my eye on it, because I definitely gonna keep my eye on Sam Cassell as well, because Sam Cassell definitely should be a head coach. He's 121 to 109, so he's won 121 games in the NBA. You know how hard it is to win at the professional level, at the pro level, in any sport, especially the NBA. I mean, I'm not excluding the NBA from the NFL, but NBA is not an easy place to win. And he's won 121 games to 109. He set Golden State on a perfect course to success. That Steve Kerr came in, and just like Isaiah stated, he didn't screw it up. He didn't mess it up. He left it in place. Only thing, he might have tweaked here and there, and he was able to get that team to some championships. And Mark Jackson deserves a lot of that credit. So we'll keep an eye on.
You've reached the end of another episode of the DC Stewart Sports Talk Podcast. Be sure to connect with us at Facebook and Twitter.com. Your voice is important, so head over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. Catch our next episode.